Hi there. And before we get this vlog started, I know this is gonna go out like a while ago, but it's here now. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to Roll the Intro. It was really windy and cold that day, so I had to go ahead and bring a jacket. Sadly, I did not take a picture of my fit, but I did wear some warm clothes because I did figure out that it was gonna be cold that night, so I did ended up wearing some warm stuff. As we're approaching the arches, there was this cool like stuff on the ground. Yeah, it was like spooky, ooh, and then the medallion on top. Pretty cool. When you first walk in, you see people all dressed up in their spooky costumes on stilts, a bunch of fog, some more stuff on the floor, and even this cool projection that they had on the side of the Transformers ride. We first ended up going through this scary jungle scare zone, where they had people looking like bugs, vines, plants, and even some bats. That guy right there, holding the green, glowy, spooky skull, that is Dr. Oddfellow, and he's the icon of this year. That's pretty much all I know. Back to the vlog. First house that we ended up going to was Universal Monsters Unmasked. When you enter through this house, you go down to the sewers under the full moonlight, and you go through all the other 6 killers of the house. And then there's even a part where there's a whole room that smells like perfume, oddly, but it was actually kind of nice and cool since it's all based on the monsters on Paris. It's actually pretty nice. And there's even a part where I think it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame was falling down, like from the tower, but he was held up by some bungee cords, and it was a really cool effect. So after we did that house, we ended up going back to the beginning of the park because we ended up forgetting that there was a house there, which was Blood Moon. And it was actually really cool. The whole story was that there's like these almost like a cult of the Blood Moon where they had to sacrifice people in order to have a good harvest for next year or this year or whatever. It was just really cool and just a really nice original house. But after we ended up going to get some food and we ended up getting this Blooder Burger. It was really nice. It had like this peanut butter sauce with some, I think it was strawberry jam on top, but the whole bun was red, and then they even had jalapeno infused bacon, which was really nice. Next up, we ended up going to Chucky Ultimate Kill Count, which was actually pretty weird, and it was like, alright, the whole story was that, he ended up going to the park because they made a house about him, and then turns out he didn't like that they weren't actually killing people, so he decided to kill people in there, and there's like a weird abrupt like pause in between going into the house, but other than that, it was alright. Next, we went into whatever this was, this guy trying to rip people's faces off. It was like some type of dockside horror thing where there's a whole bunch of monsters and some lady on some stilts looking like a bat. She was really cool. Oh yeah, and I forgot that those ladies ran into me. After going through all that horror dockside whatever thing that was, after that we ended up going to the Last of Us house. Honestly, in my opinion, one of my favorite houses. It's based off the game. It's really, really good. Right after we escaped from some clickers, we went over to this monstrosity that honestly was one of the scariest original houses. It had like a blues jazzy feel to it, and just the ominousness before you even get inside the house. Like, listen to the music. Like, it is scary in there, and it's honestly one of my favorite original ones. Yeah, come down to the lounge. After doing a terrible deal just to get famous, we ended up going to Dr. Oddfell's Circus. This one was actually a pretty nice house. It's another original and it's the Icon house, so I mean, it was really, really good.
To step behind the facade and witness Dr. Oddfellow's striking acts of distortion.
Oh my god.
I welcome those of kindred souls like me who seek the gut-wrenching oddities of our time. Now I invite you to step behind the facade.
After getting our soul taken for immortality, we thought it was a good idea to go to a concert that was overrun by, yep, you guessed it, vampires. Lots and lots of vampires. Also, this character like bumped into me, which I was like so embarrassed. Like, I didn't mean to bump into her, but at least she said boop. Overall, I had a really great time. Cool memories, fun times, good scares, and good food. So I can't wait to do it next year. If you like the vlog, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I still think that this is the scariest thing of all in the whole entire place. It's year round, but still, Krusty Land will always be creepy.